A few of the bills lawmakers hope to move through the General Assembly quickly this session include measures to protect schools, teachers, and students from what were expected to be low scores on the statewide ISTEP test. And now that those scores have been made public, it's become more urgent than ever. Following a series of delays, scores from the ISTEP administered during the 2014-15 school year have finally been released. But the picture they paint is not pretty for Indiana schools. State Impact Indiana education reporter Rachel Morello takes a look at the round of results.
Scores fell sharply on all portions of the test this year. Statewide, only 67.3% of students in grades 3 through 8 passed the English and Language Arts portion of the test, and just 61% passed math. Last year, those pass rates sat in the low 80s. Across the state, the number of students who passed both sections of the test dropped by more than 20%. Only 53.5% of students passed both sections this year, compared to 74% in 2014. Here's a look at some of the districts that fared especially poorly. Gary Community Schools only had a 21.9% passing rate. Medora down south and Indianapolis Public Schools sat at 25 and 29%. Both of those schools were in the 50% range last year. And Rising Sun Ohio Community Schools only had a 36% passing rate. They were at 73% in 2014. People expected the scores to be low this year because it was the first time that Indiana tested a new set of academic standards adopted after they dropped the Common Core. In response to the numbers, State Superintendent Glenda Ritz reiterated the call for reforms to Indiana's testing system, something other legislators have called for too. House Speaker Brian Bosma has said the General Assembly will talk about moving to an off-the-shelf test in the future. Legislators will also work with Ritz, her Department of Education, and the State Board of Education to safeguard schools. Lawmakers in both chambers have already put forth bills this session to untie ISTEP scores from teacher evaluations, as well as allow the state to assign a school its better A through F grade between the 2013-14 and 2014-15 school years.
Legislative leaders say they hope to have ISTEP-related measures on the governor's desk for signature by the end of January. Superintendent Ritz has also said schools can expect to see finalized A through F grade calculations sometime this month.